We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tòng thính, vị thứ pháp hội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh, thịnh duyên diệu pháp luân nhau đạo hạ mùng, như há liêu sanh thoát từ đi khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sananto Suche Doye Erlahadi Samyao Samputo Sie. Nam mô Tạc Đạt Thà Toya Daya Alahade Tamil Tammo Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jian wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jian wen de shou chi yan jie Ru Lai Cheng Shi Yi. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Jing Liang and Master Shen Hua, all good monks and nuns and all good no advisors of me to for. Chư Phổ菩萨, Jing Liang Ta Shi, Shi Fu Shang Ren, Ge Wei Chu Jia Ren, Ge Wei Shan Chi Shi, Me To Phổ. Chư Phật Bồ Tát kính thưa Thanh Lương Đại Sư Hòa Thượng Kinh Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Okay, hello everyone. Today is the 23rd of October 2022. Just in a flash, almost the year is gone. This is our last lecture on a weekend like this, because next weekend we start the 4G, and then after that we have the Chanchi. So we only lecture sutras on weekend in the evening. Okay, so there will be some changes coming up. This marks the end of the year anyway. We are here together to continue discussing chapter 1, the wondrous adornments of rulers of the world. So when looking at the who's who in the world, and you look at their adornments, that's how you learn about the Dharma. It's kind of fascinating way to start discussing a very profound sutra by telling us about the adornments of these big shots. Okay, and we are looking at the slide 727. Sutra text, Celestial King, Soaring Thunder Cloud.
最上云音天王。
So this king in the heavens is sound 最上云音 so he can reach the heavens, the clouds. Thundercloud, thundercloud. Okay, I don't know what to say about this. 729, celestial king, supreme light among the multitudes of wonders.
众妙最圣光天王。
For this particular heavenly king, he manifests a lot of different wonderful appearances, wonderful manifestations, and among which he emits light, and the light that is very, very, very bright, unsurpassed. 731, celestial king, wonderful cow, light.
妙计光明天王。
This particular king here, ruler here, he has a cow that emits light that is most wonderful. Okay, people wonder at the light when they see the cow emitted from the light emitted from the cow, from his cow. 733, celestial king accomplishing joyful wisdom.
成就喜慧天王。
This particular heavenly king here, he got there because he became enlightened, and in the process of becoming enlightenment, he specialized in the Dharma door of rejoicing in his practice, and that's how he opened his wisdom. For example, in our era, in Dharma and the era here in the Sahara world, the way that we train you here in American way, in our particular era, is through hard work. So it's a lot of suffering. If you suffer, chances are that you have a chance to improve spiritually. Okay, his Dharma door is quite different. He his wisdom came about through emphasizing on the joys of cultivation. Celestial king, flower light cow.
华光祭天王。
This 736. This heavenly king here has a cow that emits light, has a shape of flowers. Okay, reminds you of flowers. 737, and celestial king universally viewing the 10 directions.
普见十方天王。
Okay, 738, and the 10th representative of the countless celestial kings who were gathered there to listen to the Buddha expounding on the Avatamsaka Sutra. His state is that he contemplates the 10 directions, meaning that he cares for what's happening. His influence here pervades the 10 directions. He contemplates 10 directions all over, the 10 directions, okay, upper and lower, and the other 8 directions are here on the plane. So so that he worked by that's his range, the 10 directions, all over. 739. These and others acted as leaders of countless number of kings of the heavens of bliss from transformations.
如是等而为上首，其数无量。
And so 740. So these are 10 leaders of the group of heavenly kings in the desire realm, the fifth desire heaven, the fifth level of desire heavens, called the heavens of bliss from transformations. 741. And they all diligently tamed all sentient beings, causing them to attain liberation.
皆勤调伏一切众生，令得解脱。
742. It says here, okay, again, the emphasis for these heavenly kings is that even though the heavenly kings, meaning they own the world, they own their domain, they own their empire, but they still are very vigorous in their spiritual practice. Okay, and that's what separates professionals from the unprofessionals. The professionals have the chance to work on their vigor, so that they diligently practice without quitting, without giving up. And what do they do besides applying themselves? They apply themselves to tame all sentient beings. Sentient beings are unruly. They are uncontrollable. And so what they do is they figure out ways to subdue and tame all sentient beings. Okay? Why are sentient beings, why do they need to be tamed? At all. Why do kids need to be tamed? Why do sentient beings need to be tamed? There's a clue here. Why do they become a big shot? Okay, and they feel it's necessary to tame sentient beings, living beings. Anyone? What's that? Is there a question? I cannot see it here, but you see it on your tablet, on your laptop. There's a problem here with the desktop.
Oh, there
Waymount, go ahead.
Well,
Andres,
I think
yes.
Sentient beings would destroy themselves and others in a very bad way if they were untamed.
But why? Why would they destroy themselves and others?
Because we're crazy, Master.
Because they are Russians?
I think all of us are crazy, and if there weren't bodhisattvas,
Careful. Just behind you sits a person of Russian descent. You can tell by the name, Georgiev. Not only just Russian, but a particular area of Russia, I believe, like close to Georgia.
I think if there weren't bodhisattvas and Buddhas looking after people and sentient beings, I don't think we would have gotten this far.
Okay, that's correct. But why is it necessary for bodhisattvas to tame living beings? What I'm getting at, I know you give me the right answer. What I'm trying to get at, and my question is not that well formulated, well asked, is what I'm getting to is that sentient beings need to be subdued, need to be tamed because they have an ego. The ego needs to be tamed. The ego needs to be subdued. Okay? Wei Mao.
To go in the good way, stay on the good side, otherwise we will go berserk.
Come again.
I think for living beings like me, I have no sense. At first, I have no sense of direction. So we need somebody to tame us so that we can be able to stay on the good side and do good things.
Okay, that's correct. In general, that's correct. But there's specific reason why that you need to be tamed. The reason is that the existence of the ego. The ego is unruly. The ego is unpredictable. We're talking about ordinary people. We're not talking about crazy people who are like depressed or who are bipolar, who have anxiety and all those other issues. I'm talking even like normal, so-called ordinary people. They have an ego. They have a sense of a self. The self is totally unpredictable and unruly. And that's why those beings who are still selfish, they're very, very challenging. It's very challenging to try to tame them. It's very, very difficult. And that's why these heavenly kings, they have to work very hard to tame and subdue living beings. Okay? And when they subdue them, that helps them attain liberation. Okay? So attain liberation here refers to put an end to their afflictions. They are liberated from suffering. Suffering are caused by having afflictions. Okay? And as long as you have an ego, you will have afflictions. Go ahead, Wei Mao. I'm not going to wait for the sign from anymore, because the sign seem to be struggling with the computer here.
Master, it feels like the ego's only job is really to like take you out of samadhi.
It's not taking out samadhi. The ego says, I don't want to enter samadhi because when you enter samadhi, I have very little room to maneuver.
Yes, but then even when you're in samadhi, the ego keeps pounding it. I mean, for me, as I get deeper in samadhi, the ego keeps pounding on me saying, get out. And it's just, that's what it seems like it wants to do. It wants to keep you from entering samadhi, and staying in it.
Yeah, that's correct. The ego refuses to go away. Yeah, that's why when you enter samadhi, what happens? Yeah, when you enter samadhi, a lot of different types of thoughts cease to exist. They stop. They come to a full stop. Okay? And that means that the ego is diminished. Remember, thoughts are one component of the self. Okay? As long as you consider yourself to be an intellect, as long as you subscribe to thinking, you believe it's thinking and depend on your thoughts, on your intellect to rationalize the world, to explain the world to you, and that's the function of the ego. The ego demands to have it his way. Okay? When you enter samadhi, part of our Chan training, part of our spiritual training is that what you do, you go through, you do chanting of the ceremonies, okay? Or you meditate, or you recite the Buddha's name. All this Buddhist spiritual practices are designed to help you enter samadhi, including standing there and doing ceremonies, or walking around, circumambulating, is still designed to help you enter samadhi. All right? And when you enter samadhi, the thoughts will cease to exist. Certain types of thoughts will cease to exist, and therefore it diminishes the ego. That's how your wisdom has its chance to come to the fore. Is that clear? So whatever in Buddhism we do is designed to bring you to that point you enter samadhi. Okay? And depending on your level of blessings, you eventually have to exit samadhi, because that's all you have. Okay? So it's not so much that we choose to exit samadhi. It's because we don't have enough blessings to remain in samadhi. Because when you're in samadhi, it feels very good, and you are liberated from all sorts of sufferings. Okay? Next group, 743, the heavens of the masteries over others' transformation. Okay? That's the last desire heaven, the sixth desire heaven in our realm. 744, moreover, there were innumerable kings of the heavens of mastery over others' transformations.
等一下吧。复有无数他化自在天王。
We have a change of personnel. Oh yes, okay. No one tells me anything around here. Anyway, 745 commentary. This is the sixth desire heaven. That's where they have masteries over others' transformation, meaning that they transform other gods' bliss, meaning from playing music, listening to music, to the pleasures, various pleasures, into their own. And that's how they attain great freedom and feel very at ease. Okay? In other words, this is the Buddhist or Chinese Buddhist polite way of stating that these beings steal the pleasure. The pleasure is stolen. The pleasure they experience is actually stolen from others. When others experience a lot of pleasure, they come and they steal from you. Okay? 746, in particular, commentary. And what did they do? What they specialize in doing. This is they have in the sixth heaven in the desire realm. It has meaning as at the top of top level of the heavens in our realm, desire realm. Okay, what they do is they are way on top of it because they're watching over the desire realm for those beings who are weak in samadhi. And then what they do is they grab those beings and induce them to seek pleasures. Okay, how does that work? When these beings seek for pleasure and experience pleasure, and then these heavenly gods will then steal those pleasures from those beings and make it theirs, because they cannot generate their own pleasures, and you have to steal it from others. Wei Meng, go ahead.
Thank you, Master. First of all, I just want to say I'm so thankful that you are back in California after your travels. Welcome back, Master.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be back. I had to travel through the ocean, and I was fretting that the airplane may not make it through the vast ocean. And I prayed upon Medicine Master Buddha's blessings so that I would not meet with untimely death. Oi! Accidents. A tough boy, look at that. Before he cries, oh, man, mommy. They're getting tougher and tougher, the boys here in our temple. I think I was more scared than they are. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
We all hope he's okay.
They all what?
We all hope the boy is okay.
Oh yeah, he seems only lost a few teeth or so. They'll grow back up. Yes.
Thank you, Master. My question is, are these kings of heavenly mastery? Sorry, I'm just getting introduced to them, so I don't know if I'm saying their name right. But are they the good guys or the bad guys?
They are the bad guys.
So why are we talking about them?
Why not?
Well, because the celestial kings, they're the good guys, right?
No.
Like, they're the bad guys too?
Yes. Where have you been?
Okay. But they're all helping subduing the demons and the evil forces to help us all cultivate. Even though they're the bad guys, they still help us, right?
No. Where have you been? Jeez.
I feel as though I've lost the thread since you went to Korea.
Yeah. Clearly. Okay. Take a break. Don't try so hard. I know you've been working hard. Take it easy. Okay. These are the demons. They live, they dwell, they're all gathered in the top, at the top of the desire heaven, our realm. Okay? So that they can see and look. It's like they're at the top floor, therefore can see everyone else below them, so that they get to pick and choose who the next victim is going to be. Okay? And so they're very, very powerful. What they do is their sole purpose in life is to destroy the world. And amazingly, they're very good at it. They're very good at being very destructive, to the point where eventually they will succeed and they destroy our world. And so what happens, my American friend, pale face, I might add, pale face American friend, okay, is that our jobs for the people who cultivate Mahayana is to keep them in check, to slow them down. Because we didn't, they will destroy the world in a flash. Because that's what they do. They cannot help themselves. They love to be destructive. Being destructive is the nature, is who they are. Okay? Whatever they do, they will is designed to harm others. And how do they do that? In particular, they excel at inducing living beings to pursue pleasures, indulge in pleasure. Not just simply pursue, but also indulge in pleasures. For example, can you name something you can think of that living beings like to indulge in? Hello? Anybody out there? Wei Mao.
Rap music.
Rap music. God. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I always can't figure out why you guys like rap music. Anyway, rap music, absolutely. Okay, the people like Andres who derive great pleasures from rap music. That's the first thing comes to mind for him. Anyone else? Yes. Number two.
I would say eating, but then there's something that starts
Eating?
And yeah.
No.
Well, the other one, it starts with an S.
S. Sleep.
3 letter.
3 letters. Sins.
Yes, it is a sin. Master is PG-13. There are kids here.
Sometimes I know you guys never really notice. Sometimes I'm like have a fog in my mind. It's because I'm working, and sometimes the mind is not clear. They beat up on you so much that the head is not clear anymore. So forgive me. What is it again? Okay. That is the top prize. This is what they do. This is what they excel at doing, is to induce us to indulge in pleasure, in the pursuit of pleasures, to the point where they got the Americans here to put it in the American Constitution. The pursuit of pleasurable happiness. What's fascinating is that the Americans think it's perfectly okay to pursue happiness. They don't realize that the demons exactly are waiting just around the corner. As soon as you're happy, they have you by the throat. And they begin your personal destruction. The demons extremely, extremely dangerous. And they always win. Ultimately, they destroy the world. And that's why, for us, in particular monks, okay, when they're not sleeping, they apply themselves, develop skills in order to combat these demonic forces. Okay? And people don't realize that we have a big job to do. It's not like we're here, on a pedestal, and for you to make offerings and give money in houses and so forth. Nothing wrong with that, by the way, in my personal opinion. But actually, the real job for the monks and nuns is to slow down the demons, to slow down the decay of the world, okay? So that people have a chance, so that we have more time to save living beings. If we leave and give free rein to the demons, they will destroy the world in a flash. And in the process, they also are destroying themselves. That's how stupid the demons are. Go ahead, Wei Meng.
I only ask you, sometimes it has so much to do with this people don't work hard. You home and you work hard.
Oh yeah, the pursuit of happiness. I feel like when I cultivate, I'm pursuing happiness, but it's a happiness that's more deeply rooted in peace than it is in pleasure. And I think a lot of people have the mistake that the way out of suffering is through pleasure rather than through cultivation and finding peace instead. So I think that the pursuit of happiness is valid, but I think it's gone about in the wrong way.
Yes. The bottom line is that we need to be happy to continue to apply ourselves. However, what we don't realize is that the demons sneak in and distort our, confuse us, so that we begin to become destructive for ourselves without knowing it, without realizing it. And that's why they're extremely dangerous. It's amazing on how the most dangerous things in the world, the most destructive things in the world, are actually created, invented by the demons. They're pervasive. They are everywhere. They are in the universities, they are hospitals, they are in churches, they are in temples, they are in the Sangha. They are everywhere. Okay? They are pervasive. And that's why it's they're very difficult to deal with. For example, I'll give you an example. In Hinayana, okay, they have a lot of sound hearers who have wisdom, supposedly have wisdom, but they are absolutely no match to the demons. And that's why what the Hinayana and Theravada people don't realize in Buddhism is that we know on our Mahayana side, we know that they cannot hack it, they cannot defend themselves because the demons outsmart them. The demons have more powers than them. They're much more powerful than the sound hearers. And therefore the sound hearers are basically helpless against the demons. So that's why we have to go over to their side and support them. Without that, they have no chance. Okay, so in the thriving Hinayanas systems of the world, whether it's Thailand, whether it's wherever you name it, okay, when they're thriving thing over the history of Buddhism, and one of the things to me that comes to mind immediately is the Thai system of Buddhism. It's thriving for a long, long time. And I was very, very impressed by that. And then I looked closely at their leaders and the people in charge, and I realized they're actually bodhisattvas. Because I know that my Arhat and sound hearer disciples, they are totally helpless against demons. Demons can run circles around them. And they can't tell. They wouldn't know. Wei Mount.
Shouldn't we have compassion on these demons? Because like you said, they're destroying themselves in the process. And yesterday we talked about kindness and compassion.
Yeah.
So shouldn't we have compassion on the demons?
We should. But must we? There's a difference between must and should.
Well, I think it's a good idea to have compassion on the demons. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you're the good knowing advisor. So whatever you say, Master.
I say nothing. Is that commentary? Okay. Jim, you look depressed. Is it okay? What's happening in Russia? Motherland.
I would say nothing good over there.
It's interesting because the demons, when they succeed, okay, that's when they get themselves to destroy themselves as well. It's fascinating, and that's why it's so intriguing to see how the demons operate. Okay. Anyway, and so the point here on this slide 746 is that beware. If you pursue pleasures, most likely that you are falling into a demon's trap. Whether you try inhaling, okay, or you try injecting, okay, or you try pills, or you try drinking, okay, all those things are demonic traps, including what? Pursuing pleasures from meditation. What these people don't realize that they meditate, like when you learn meditation, you enjoy it, and you follow your teacher, your future teacher, and they, meditate, you're going to be so blissful, so wonderful, okay? You like it, you love it, you experience nothing you ever experienced before, okay? And that's when the demons come in, right into our Chan world. So what do we do? To counteract, we make you sit in full lotus longer so that you experience more pain on a regular basis. Yes, 2.
Wouldn't it be more beneficial for them to steal the blissfulness from meditation rather than stealing the pleasure?
Steal everything. Here's what happens. It's much easier to confuse you when you're seeking pleasures than when you're seeking bliss. Okay? When you're seeking bliss, your mind is clearer. So it's much harder to confuse you. Whereas when you're seeking pleasure, your mind is scattered. That's why it's just so easy, like child's play. It's so easy to confuse someone who's scattered. All right? Blue. 2.
So if the demon is looking for some challenges, then could they go into people that have samadhi and just prefer sealing the bliss instead?
They are everywhere. They are doing everything possible. There are all sorts of demons. They are doing everything and doing their part to destroy our world. The sooner the better. They are in politics. They are in political parties. They are in mayoral offices, in gubernatorial offices. They're in churches. They're in Buddhist temples. They are in Catholic pastors. Fathers. They're in Buddhist monks and nuns and so forth. They are everywhere. Okay, doing their job. Okay, now when I say that, are you scared? Are you scared? Should you be scared? No, don't be such a chicken. We tell you about it so that you're aware, because once you're aware, then there are remedies. That's all. Let them try to destroy the world. Let them try to confuse you. Let them try to make you more depressed. Let them try to make you, to weaken you. Because we have remedies for all those. Let them try to make you suffer. They may succeed first in getting you to pursue pleasures, but ultimately, right behind the facade of pleasure, you experience suffering. That's when Buddhism will save you. That's why we're not afraid of demons. If really demons are that dangerous, we should have killed the demons already. But we use demons in order to save you. It's nothing to be afraid of. All we do is we describe the problem, and then in order to remind you to look out for it, and when you have such issues, we're around, we're available to assist you. And for ordinary people, do not fall into this trap that I saw it too often, is that ordinary people overestimate themselves. They think they can figure it out. Let me assure you, bye, thank you. Be good, girl. It's interesting to see how the kids cooperate and they play together. When the kids, when we first started, the kids came to the temple and they fought each other and they cried and they, mommy, and they cried. So now it's like they cry and they fight, but then they cooperate. They're more harmonious than the Sangha. Okay, and that's why I find it fascinating that our teacher, Master Shenhua, the way that the patriarchs train their disciples is exactly, they're exactly giving us antidotes to the traps that the demons lay upon us. And I assure you, what we're doing in very small capacity, very small sphere influence, but they are core, they are pillars of the support system. Okay? That's critical for the long-term survival for living beings. Way Mountain Question.
Master, every time I've pursued pleasure, it goes bad. Just every time I've just gone after pleasure, it's something bad happens. Just my whole life, right? I mean, every time. But every time I've pursued cultivation in the way, it's everything has gone very, very right. So recently, probably a month ago or something, I was pursuing some pleasure, or kind of. I was pursuing
What
money.
a horror.
I wanted money. I wanted more money, and it led me to have a mental breakdown.
Oh no.
And it was really bad, but it ended up being one of the best things that ever happened to me, because I made a really strong decision in my life to say I really just want to follow the way. And
So you went and saw a therapist?
no, I just made a decision to I want to really, really just give up my ego and just follow the way. And since then, everything's just gotten a lot better in my life. Like everything has gotten better in my life. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
So the demons will set up the traps for you and make you think you're doing the right thing by pursuing things like that. And then they'll ruin everything in your life. But if you follow, the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas do what they tell you to do, it really feels like everything in your life actually balances out in the most perfect way and works out just beautifully. So, I mean, I'm just outrageously thankful for the Dharma that I really feel like I'm more grateful and thankful for the Dharma I've ever been before.
And when you get older, you become even more thankful.
I know I'm going to make mistakes again. I know I know I'm going to pursue pleasure again and have these sorts of cycles and things happen again. But yeah, every year, basically, I've been following this. I've become more and more grateful for the Dharma, and it gets deeper and deeper.
Very nice. That's what you just said here. Let me paraphrase it for you. Okay? Just don't quit, and good things happen. In our world, it's very simple. We have these simple rules of thumb, where you just simply don't quit, regardless how difficult it is, how unbearable it is. You bear it like a man. You do that, you will improve. You quit, you cannot grow. You cannot learn. But easier said than done. Because if you do it wrong, you break. Okay? If you overdo it, you will fail and you will break your body, you will break your spirits. And therefore, there's a balance here you need to be aware of. Okay? You cannot overdo it. That's why all of you need to practice Chan daily. Daily Chan practice is what gives balance to your life. If you don't practice Chan, you will be easily overwhelmed by external pressure. The more pressure you have, the more difficult it is for you, more unbearable it is for you. That's when you only have to remind yourself, I need to meditate, that's all. Don't panic. Make time. Make the time to meditate. Because if you do that, you will find a solution to that you could not see yourself. I promise you. Be patient. When it's so unbearable, you cross your legs and you meditate for an hour, whatever, and you cannot see the solution, okay, never mind, go back to work. And next day, meditate again. Okay? You keep on doing that, okay? Especially when you are about to break down and you can't take it anymore, that's when you need to meditate. That's why I call balance. This is what you're being trained to do. Develop the ability, the skills to rebalance yourself, to recharge yourself before it's too late. That's how important Chan is. That's why Andre said earlier, I appreciate it more and more and more. Actually, what he's referring to is the fact that he has a place called Wei Mountain Temple. He can show up and say, hey, I like something to eat. I like to listen to the Dharma for a while and have a break from my pursuits of pleasure. Okay? And that's what he found useful to restore balance and clarity of mind. Because you didn't do that, you're easily confused by these bad actors in the sixth desire heaven, meaning the demons, heavenly demons. They are just way too good for us, for all of us. Myself included, okay? The demons who can outsmart me, who know my weaknesses. Okay? There are all sorts of demons out there. Okay? That's why you should not live scared. They're there because the Buddhas allow them to be. They're there to help us cultivate. So don't be afraid. Just don't quit, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much suffering it is. You just don't quit. That's all. And you meditate, okay? You can't take it. Instead of indulging in pleasure, okay? Like ordinary people, it's not uncommon for you now. You're too young, you don't understand it. Let's say you in my world, in my last world, where you run companies and you have a lot of employees. You are under tremendous pressure, both at work and at home. Okay, what you do is you go home or you go out with a friend. You take a drink because you need that to take a break from the mental stress and mental pressure put upon you. Okay? So this is when people break down. You see that? They're waiting for you for those moments where you take a drink or you inhale. Okay? That's when you break down. Whereas what we're teaching you before it's too late. Because when I see these executives, these successful people, okay, I tell them about, you need to do Chan. They said, they laugh at me and they said, seriously? Actually, I went to Korea. I talked to an executive of a company. I saw him the last time. He came to me, he gave me his business card and said, here's my business card. Keep it. Don't ever forget my name. And what I did, I threw it in a garbage can right away. So, if you tell me not to forget your name, that's when I want to forget your name. Okay? And then this time again, he came again. He said, I want to talk to you. I said, who are you again? He says, we met before. I said, how? I said, where? The last time you were here. So he remembered me. I didn't remember him. And I said, seriously? And he said, and so he said, so Sinan told him, give him your business card. He says, I give it to him already. I said, you're that one. Of all my things, only one lay person would dare give me his business card. That's him. And tell me that, remember my name. Don't you ever forget my name. Okay, so I forgot his name, so that's how I remember. Okay, and so what's interesting about this guy, he's an executive of a large company. So he says, I'm at the stage of my career right now where I'm peaking out. I don't feel that I have what it takes to get the next level, which is CEO. I want to be CEO. But right now, I'm fighting with my boss, who is a CEO, because I think I'm not capable of delivering. Okay? Maybe I maxed out. What am I to do? I said, how about Son? How about Chan meditation? He says, who has that kind of time? We're too busy. I talked to him for half an hour. He got so excited that he went up to our Buddha hall. We are on the second floor. Went up to the fifth floor, our Buddha hall, and meditated for 3 hours. He says, Chan is a solution for me. In order for me to become a CEO, I need Chan. Okay? Yeah. I'm telling you, the typical people I know is that when they're successful, when they have some significant accomplishment, exactly that's the time they need Chan in order to take a step further. But it's too late to tell them. They say, hey, I'm a big shot. Who are you? You poor, I'm rich. You stupid, I'm smart. And they don't listen. And that's why they peak. Chan unleashes your potential. How? By letting the demons attack you. And that's what we do. That's why we're not afraid of demons. Way Mountain.
Yeah, but see, that's where the demons are helpful, because when you get a big head and you think you're a big shot and the demons take you down and destroy you, and that's when you say, man, Chan is really the way. That's the way to go. Sometimes that's the only thing that can help you, which is, I find the demons doing that extremely beneficial.
Good for you. What's the difference between the people who are willing to listen and the people who are not willing to listen? After my talk, and a guy got so excited that he said, that's it, I'm going to do Chan, I don't care what they say. I said, not just Chan, I want you to go to exercise. You had to lose that belly fat, you hear me? I said, oh yeah, you're right. But it's weird. I said, you're one of the rare people that I talk to who are successful and who would listen to me, to a nobody. None. And the difference being that they have the blessings. It takes a lot of blessings to be able to listen and believe. When you don't believe, it's because you don't have enough blessings. You have blessings, it clicks immediately. Way Mountain.
Oh, I was going to answer your question. I was going to say the difference is that those people haven't suffered enough.
Possible. But if you suffer too much, you break down. Okay? You're right, but there's a danger there as well. It's rather delicate. It's not as simple as it sounds. That's why you need the clarity of mind. Okay? When life is out of control, your life is out of control, you make time for Chan. Because that's when you're at your best. You need to be at your best during those times. That Chan will bring the best out of you. Guaranteed. That's how powerful Chan is. Why is that? Because you have tremendous potential that waiting for an opportunity to come out. That process of Chan, the technique of Chan, will unleash that potential that you have. The Buddhas know that. And you know, this is a thing that is so difficult to share with people, because they said, why aren't you out there beating everyone's door and say you do Chan and get on newspaper and so forth? It's because it doesn't work that way. If you have the blessings, you look for us. We don't even need to talk to you. We need to call on you. You come and look for us naturally. You're drawn to it. Like a deer being drawn to the headlamps of your car. Okay, it's amazing. But if you don't have the blessings, we can talk to you until we're blue in the face and you don't believe. Not much we can do. Okay? All right. Any other questions and comments? And that's why I started by telling Xianxin on the way on our drive this morning, early morning from San Jose to San Francisco to start our day. I told her that we're very fortunate that after all this time here, we have a very strong core team. People who got a lot out of the practice and also got to a certain level of understanding, acquired some significant level of wisdom, and that's why I'm hoping that many more will step up. Many offered already to help, and I'm trying to bring up the new project for them, because to me. Communications has to be in video format. Okay, the thing that I was taught 10 years ago by a white-faced guy, a pale-faced guy, who says videos. I said, I don't have the manpower, I don't have the money, I don't have the expertise. Okay, but now I'm hoping that we can put together a team of people who will create more and more videos, and a team of people who create more and more texts. All the things we have here should be transcribed. Okay, should be cut out into Dharma glimpses of 30 seconds, 2 minutes to 2 minutes, and so forth. Okay, because that's all people want. They cannot sit and watch for half an hour, 3 hours, or 10 hours. Which the way we propagate Dharma is I speak Dharma 10 hours a week minimum. Okay, and no one has that kind of time except you. Okay, how many of you are there? Think about it. And therefore, we need to cut it down so that we have these things that are of interest to people. Okay. The Dharma is most profound, are the ones that are in 2 or 3 sentences. Because people are smart. All you need to do is remind them what's important. They understand themselves. They just forgot. That's all. And that's why we need more videos. We need Peter, to train, a team of video warriors who understand the Dharma and pick out, Dharma glimpses and stuff like that. Because you understand this is where you came from. You say, oh, wow, this is Dharma, exactly what I needed when I was, younger, when I was, last year or 3 years ago, if I had this, I would have made my life a lot easier. My children's life a lot easier. Okay? Wait, Mom. YouTube, go ahead.
From Diego, do demons get tired of the same kind of pleasure? And maybe after a while they make you look for mindfulness, for example?
Never. Except for some demons, actually. Okay, now you brought it up. Can I share with you a secret? We know demons try to destroy us and sneak into our ranks. And conversely speaking, we also send our people to sneak into their ranks as well. One favor deserves to be reciprocated. So we have our people amongst the ranks in order to save them. We have to save demons to ourselves. So that's why we're not afraid of demons at all. You should be afraid of, or we not. Okay? Peter, what do you think? Are you willing to train? I think we need more online classes for what I call Dharma warriors. Okay? Those are the people who have some level of wisdom, some understanding of the Dharma, and they can create videos of the Dharmas. And I would have a new type of categories called Mahayana lifestyles, like the French lifestyle. Style. What's life without style?
Thank you, Master. We can 100% do it. And I think, honestly, where we need the most help right now is people sharing the existing videos.
Okay.
There's so much good stuff that exists already.
Yes.
We need more and more people to share.
So how do people share? Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
How do we share? I'm ignorant when it comes down to that. All I do is open my mouth and talk. I'm all talk.
I would say the best way to describe that would be to let Venerable XX know if you're interested to learn more, because she and I are going to be organizing a training session where we can do a deep dive and teach you step by step how to propagate the Dharma with social media sharing. Okay,
very good. And also the one thing that personally of interest to me is that the search. And we need to have videos that target important issues in the world right now. For example, I'm very target-oriented, okay, goal-oriented, meaning to me, Mahayana is too big, okay, and therefore we need to break it down to bite sizes, more digestible, make it more digestible to people. So in particular, okay, what I talk about Mahayana lifestyles or Buddhist lifestyles is that it should address issues that are important to people right now. What bothers me, not only to people, to us as well, what bothers me is we're losing young people to depression. Okay? And the young people got depressed, and somehow many of you who survived and became professionals like lawyers, therapists, and so forth, you depress yourself. Okay, so and these young people, what bothers me is they kill themselves prematurely, and we need to have topics, SEOs, whatever, so that when people search for those things, we are available. Okay, we offer our perspectives to give them a chance and not waste their lives. I don't know how to do that, but you geeks, I mean professionals, probably know better. All I care about is I have a problem. What can we do? For example, I need to get together with all of you and ask you, what can we do? You know, our Dharma. You give me a depressed person, okay? I feel we have pretty strong chances of helping a person lead a normal life. And why aren't we doing it? Why aren't we available when people are crying for help, screaming for help? And what does it take to do that? You have to tell me.
We will absolutely love to have support from disciples interested. Again, please let Venerable XX know, because we are working on organizing blog content for the website. And that is where we can have SEO optimization for topics like depression in young women, for example.
Yes.
And when people search for it,
yes,
they have a American Mahayana response.
I want you to be specific. Don't give me a big thing like save the world. The world's too big for me. I can't understand how you can save the world. But let me say, for example, something, a smaller group. Okay, not the world. Let me save the 16 to 17 to 20-year-old depressed people who think of killing themselves or harming themselves or who quit on life. Let's try to help those, for example. Okay, I want not just that idea, but I need someone who says, I want to do it. Someone has to take the initiative, because it's not my job. It's not a monk's job. It has to be a lay person's job. We monks are supposed to be on a pedestal, remember? Okay? I think you should discuss it over. You know, like the gal behind you, the one who knows, who's seen a lot of sick people, and say, what can we do to help these people so that they have a chance to, and they should know, they should look for help. They need to ask for help. Don't be so proud. Even the arhats need help. Even the bodhisattvas need help. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, and to your point, Master, if I may, we're also working on building asset management and project management software. So when people have ideas and they want to help, and they have pictures of events and they want to centralize it so the temple has it at its disposal, that we can make this actionable.
Absolutely. You know, another thing too that I'd like to share with you today at lunch, I really enjoyed lunch. Even though I ate breakfast this morning, I don't feel like eating lunch. I'm full. You know, this morning I ate Korean instant noodles. I'm not used to eating breakfast. That's why I don't understand how people can eat breakfast and then lunch. I just don't even have time to digest the food. Anyway, and at lunch I was so excited because my disciple says, Master, I want to start a meditation class. I say, another one? He says, yeah, another one. I said, doing what? He says, I just want a meditation class for Vietnamese only. I say, oh yeah. We have so many classes right now for Vietnamese now. We're going to have one for Vietnamese, I have one for Chinese, one for English, one for everyone, and so forth. All kinds of classes. It's wonderful. You see, you're reaching out. You're at the stage where you have the skills, and you have all we need now is your desire, the drive to do it. And you know what? When you do that, the support will come. Don't worry. Okay? The young monks and nuns, let me tell you, they said, let me build a temple. Let me become famous. No. It's exactly opposite we need to do. We acquire the skills first. Okay? The ability to help. And then number two, we commit to help. We say, I want to help. I've been waving at someone of my disciples who says, I want to help the Vietnamese. Because we have successful programs for the Chinese, they have successful programs for English, okay? But the Vietnamese, have no one stepped up. And today, finally, someone says, I want to step up, I want to do it. I was so excited, okay? That's what it takes to me. Someone with the burning desires, I want to do it, okay? And if you do that, eventually you get support. If you have the skills, people will step up and support you. Nothing to worry about, okay? Daniel, I hate to destroy this peace and calm, this experience for 20 seconds.
Master, what if we have obstacles? We want to help out, we want to do things, but we just feel like I felt like I had that burning feeling of wanting to do things, and right now I just feel like defeated. I feel like I gotta just live my life and pay bills and all that. And
yeah, that's called compromise. That's called the middle way. You have to be reasonable. You can only do the best you can under the circumstances. So in order to help, our attitude is that it's good to want to help, but you need to develop skills to help. It takes time to develop skills. Once you have skills, then you will find opportunities to help. So be patient. Anyone else? You see, it's fun. It's fun to be able to make a difference in people's lives. And I want to thank you, all of you, for your support throughout all these years. Okay? And I know we couldn't get here we are today without all of your support. I know that. So, thank you. And I hope more and more of you, especially those that who have wisdom, will more and more of those people will step up to help propagate the Dharma by producing and by teaching. My job now is to speak the Dharma and train the teachers. I don't have time to teach the students anymore. I have less and less time to do that. I need to spend time training the teachers. Wei Mao.
Thank you, Master. Daniel, I just wanted to say I've experienced the feeling that you're describing. I can't say it's the exact same thing, but when you said your words, I felt empathy for what you're feeling. And just to share with you, when I felt defeated in the past, when I was trying to do something to contribute to temple, that was my obstruction that I had to overcome. And the only way I was able to overcome it was just, it may be my stubbornness, but I just said, I'm just not going to be defeated. I'm going to do this. And I just did it. I don't have a simpler way of putting it than that, but I just want to share with you that I have confidence in you, and I know that you can overcome it too, if you put your mind to it.
Very good, thank you. Anything else? Anyone else? Everyone in samadhi? Or is it the computer who froze? The computer that's froze. See, because I look on them, wow, they're in samadhi, none of them moved. Okay, going back to 746, slide number 746. There's a Chinese saying in the Master Shinhoi's teaching. He says that this body here this human body is very difficult to obtain. Now you have it. Okay? Very difficult to attain the human body. Furthermore, the Buddha Dharma is very difficult to hear. And so therefore, if this very life you fail to cross over this body, when are you going to be able to? Okay? There are two concepts here, and that's very important that the Chinese stress, and the ancient, the sages stress. Number one is that it's very difficult to get a human body, extremely difficult. Okay? That's a fact. After you die, it's very difficult to come back as human being, extremely difficult. The reason being that you create more offenses than you do more bad than good. That's the nature of our existence. That's why it's very difficult to come back to this place. Again, we will sink. Most of us will sink, including monks and nuns. That's how easy it is to sink. Okay? So it's very difficult to get the human body. Furthermore, in order to save this human body, you need the Buddha Dharma. That's the only way. No, nothing else would work. The Buddha says so. Not me. Okay? It's what the Buddha said. The Buddha said, without the Buddha Dharma, you cannot save this human body. Those are very important concepts. We cannot go out and say, we are the only one who can save you, Catholics and Mormons and Christians and so forth. You can't say that. What we can do is make it available so that when people are in trouble and they did a search online or ask around for all the possible things they could try, and they try everything else, we should be among those options. I'd be glad, I'd be very happy if we are the last one they found. Okay? If they can survive all the others, and we're the last one, okay, then we have very strong chances of helping them and making a difference. Okay, that is what I hope is going to happen. Okay, we should be available for people as an option they should try. Okay, and so he said, I need to save this body. I don't subscribe to this. It's too Hinayana to me. It is misinterpreted as Hinayana. Okay? I would change his Chinese teaching. I've read it many times, and I used to believe in this. Now, where we're standing, I don't feel that it's appropriate for our times. Okay? And the message I want to send you is that yes, very difficult to have a human body. Take advantage of it. Use it to practice the Buddha Dharma, because it's very difficult to encounter the proper Dharma, not just the proper Dharma, but the supreme Dharma, the Buddha's Dharma, the patriarch's Dharma is extremely difficult. Okay, so that's a fact. For us Buddhists, professional, we know that. Okay, and now you have the chance, then go for the gusto. Don't just save yourself. Become a bodhisattva, become enlightened, so that you can save others. Forget about saving yourself. Too small for me. I have a problem with this thinking here. Okay, it's too small. It's not worthy of you. I'm looking at all of you. It's too small for you. Don't settle for such insignificant goals. I want you to be more ambitious. If all you can think of is yourself, me, I'm going to save myself. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to pursue my own happiness. That's so small. You're missing out on these opportunities. They want to help everyone. When you have a chance to help anyone and everyone. That's us. Don't be a small thinker. You think small because you're told that that's all you're capable of. I'm undoing that. I'm telling you, you can do a lot more than you think. Stop thinking of yourself. That's the first step. You're here. And you keep on coming back. That means you have blessings. You have such blessings, apply them for greater goals, for greater good. And just instead of just yourself. Okay? Does it help? Very important. I know this phrase here. In Chinese, that's what they teach. In Vietnamese, that's what they teach. And it makes sense. And it's Buddhist teaching. But it's too small. I have a problem with it. It limits your potential. It caps your ceiling. Okay? All right. And that's so typical of Western education. They limit themselves. (7:47). I still have some time. What time are we off? Like 2:30, right? Specifically, their word, celestial king attainment of self-mastery.
所谓得自在天王。
Okay, so this commentary, this sixth desire heaven, this demon king. What did I tell you? I opened my big mouth and said, we also send bodhisattvas to become demons as well, act as our spies and feed us information and confuse the other demon kings. And guess what? Here's one. Attainment of self-mastery. Self-mastery is a Mahayana concept. What's the Hinayana concept? What do Hinayana people teach their followers? They don't teach self-mastery, do they? No, they don't. What do they teach? Yes, Daniel?
Liberation.
Liberation. What else do they teach? It's too bad we don't have any Theravada brothers or Hinayana experts. I don't know what they teach because I never really took a course from a Hinayana teacher. Because I read some of their sermons and I fell asleep very quickly. This is a lot of confusion. I couldn't follow their logic, their reasoning, and their perspectives. So anyway, the Hinayana, they teach about put an end to your own suffering. That's what Daniel is right. Liberation, but specifically liberation from your own personal suffering. It's very specific. They realize they're suffering, therefore they do everything possible to put an end to it as quickly as possible. And that's Hinayana. Okay? Mahayana is that we strive for Tuan. What do we strive for in Mahayana? Yeah. 5.
Thank you, Master. Chan.
I've been here all day, and you've been working all day, so I don't want you to miss this point. You work all day and you miss this point here, and your work has been in vain. That's how demanding we are. So, Mahayana, we seek self-mastery. What is self-mastery? Self-mastery means that others, like your wife, cannot afflict you. I mean, you cannot afflict your wife. Wait, which other way? I'm confused. And there's a fog in my mind sometimes, you know. It's not clear which one is more important, the wife or me or my wife. But anyway, being under the French influence, I always think the wife is more important. Never mind. Okay. So self-mastery is that you are not afflicted no matter what. You have huge success, big deal. You have huge failure, so what? That's self-mastery. Why is it important? The people who have self-mastery are not afraid of suffering, of pain, of discomfort, of not getting what they want. They're not afraid. Bring it on. Wei Mao.
Good afternoon, Master. Welcome back. We all miss you.
Oh, 감사합니다. Oh, 도제. I mean. We don't need someone who speaks Cantonese. Teach a Chan in Cantonese. Hey, boy, you want to? Aha. Okay. Yeah? What?
I got a question from a Hinayana teacher. I wonder if you would say it's a Hinayana or Mahayana teaching. It's a real situation. There was a girl, a disciple. She was telling the Hinayana master saying that she is trying to work so that she could donate money to the temple. And the teacher said, you need to spend more time to meditate, worried more about that. So what do you say, Master? Is that a Mahayana or Hinayana teaching? Should she spend time to meditate more or work and make money to donate to the temple? Which one?
I prefer make money and donate to the temple.
Thank you.
You asked for my personal opinion, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, there you go. Anything else? Any other wisdom I can share with you? Are you going to ask me why?
Master.
Say, wait. Oh, I mean, excuse me. What's Cantonese for why again? Ton, your Chiu Chow is close enough. We don't have any Cantonese people. Huh? Why? How do you say why in Cantonese? 你弄好你的来你的来
點解
點解 Okay. Why? Would you like to ask why?
Yes, 點解啊，師父？
點解啊？It's wrong to assume you can meditate. It's wrong to assume that you meditate and you will be able to make progress. It is so wrong. In Mahayana, we teach you to create blessings first. Don't try so hard to meditate. Create blessings. When you have blessings, meditation is very easy. When you don't have blessings, meditation is very, very hard. Okay? So that's why the pale-faced people, the Westerners, want to learn meditation, they come to the temple, they come to places and say, okay, here's $50. Let me meditate. Okay? Teach me meditation. And we teach them and so forth. Some classes are more expensive from the so-called experts, meditation teachers and so forth. Okay? And guess what? They can't meditate because they don't have enough blessings. So what you gonna do? You keep meditating and you get nowhere because you don't have enough blessings. So that's why if you want to cultivate, create blessings first. Don't meditate. Wei Mao.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
You forgot the question?
Yeah. Oh, no, I forgot.
Okay. Okay, anything else? Is there still a Way Mountain question?
Yes, Master.
Yes.
So, what's a way that pale faces like me can build blessings before we meditate?
You are building blessings. Continue. You've been doing it since 10 years ago. That's what saved you.
So somebody who just shows up to the temple who wants to meditate but is having problems.
No. What happened is some of them are successful because they have blessings before already. That's why they make progress very fast. If you find yourself meditating, you struggle and you're not making progress, you should ask. Okay? But in general, the approach should be that you should learn. In order for you to learn about Chan, learn about cultivation, okay, you need to create blessings. You don't simply just meditate. The best thing is to create blessings and meditate at the same time. Okay? Or if you don't have that ability, for example, you don't know who can teach you, or you cannot find a teacher that you feel has a track record of producing students and so forth. Just because a teacher is famous doesn't mean that's going to help you. Okay? So if you do not find the proper instructor and so forth, this is what you do. You create a lot of blessings. You plant blessings with Mahayana as stress. And then, number 2, you pray to the Buddhas and Bodhisattva. Please point me to a teacher who can help me. And this is what they're not taught. Okay? If I were to say, you should learn meditation, so I would teach you. So my class will fill up with people who come and meditate. And then maybe 1,000 of them come, and then 999 would drop out in a week, in a month, in a year. Okay? Frustrated and say, I've never tried meditation again because I get nothing out of it. Rather, if you teach them properly, you may not have 1,000 people, you have like 4? 4, maybe 4. It's not quantity, it's quality. But those 4 are the ones that make a difference in society, in their families, in their communities, at their jobs. That's what matters. Wei Meng.
Okay, I remembered. It was a comment. So my parents have been practicing meditation. Well, here's what happened. I brought them to the temple one year. I think it was 2019. And it was my birthday, and I said, hey, for my birthday, let's go to the temple and meditate. So we went to the temple and meditated. And after that, they liked meditation, but they didn't like the fact that we were sitting in full lotus. So they found some Western meditation teachers, and they haven't come back to the temple since, but they found Western meditation teachers. But the problem with that is, it's not firmly rooted with the blessings and stuff. My dad meditates every day, and my mom well, she's been meditating a bit and doing yoga and stuff, but the problem is, they're still so afflicted, and the it, it I think the proof is when things go bad. What do you do? Like, do you really lash out with your afflictions, or do you try to follow the right way? And I just keep seeing them, really, really get extremely afflicted and fight and fight and fight. And so I just don't have a lot of faith in the Western meditation model, because I've seen it, and they don't make a lot of progress the same way we make progress here a lot more quickly.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Very good. Anything else? Okay. And so this particular heavenly king here, we have a minute left. Particular king here, when you use the word self-mastery, that means you're enlightened. Not just enlightened. This level of enlightenment here is very, very high before you can qualify it as self-mastery. A lot of enlightened people do not have self-mastery because their wisdom is not strong enough yet. They're not strong enough, that's why the demon can still come and disrupt them, so they cannot have self-mastery. Is that clear? Okay? So this is a tip for you. The Chinese, they keep on using the word self-mastery is this, self-mastery that. Let me remind you, okay? Self-mastery here refers to the Mahasattva's, not regular Bodhisattvas. Regular Bodhisattvas, in my humble opinion, don't have self-mastery at all. Wei Mao.
Master already answered the question, but I have another one.
Of course.
无生法忍 and non-retreating, are they referring to 8 ground above Bodhisattva?
Non-retreating?
And 无生法忍.
无生法忍 is a fourth stage arhat.
Okay, thank you, Master.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. You've been very special. Don't run away. Please. Let's do rebirth transference to help these people go to the Pure Land.
清凉的菩萨摩萨那摩清凉的菩萨摩萨那摩清凉的菩萨摩萨南无般若威上波菩萨南无般若威上波菩萨南无般若威上波菩萨般若波罗蜜多心经观自在菩萨心生般若波罗蜜阿揭奴因结果度一切苦舍利子是不异空空不异思是知是果空知是思说相信是一复如是舍利子是诸法空相不生不灭不过不净不增不增是果空诸无私无修相信是无言而别舍身尼无私生相为诸法无言自那知无意识在无名亦无名尽那知无绕思亦无绕思尽无过寂灭道无智亦无得亦无所得故菩提萨埵依般若波罗蜜多故心女怪无怪故无有恐怖愿力颠倒梦想诸净涅槃三世诸佛依般若波罗蜜多故得阿耨多罗三藐三菩提故知般若波罗蜜多是大圣者是大明者是上者是等等者能知一切故真实不是过生般若波罗蜜多者其受者也揭谛揭谛般若揭谛般若僧揭谛菩提萨婆诃南无阿弥陀佛耶多多揭多耶多地耶多阿弥利多婆毗阿 아미리도 비자란디 아미리도 비자란도 재미니 제제노 지도자리 소버 나무 아미도 보예 돌돌제도예 돌디야 도아미리도 보비 아미리도 시담보비 아미리도 비자란디 아미리도 비자란도 재미니 제제노 지도자리 소버 나무 아미도 보에 도도제도예 도디야 도아미리도 보비 아미리도 시담보비 아미리도 비자란디 아미리도 비자란도 재미니 제제노 지도자리 소버 나물 사와단도 예도 와를 지디야 산불라 산불라오 나물 사와단도 예도 와를 지디야 산불라 산불라오 나물 사와단도 예도 르지디야 산불라 산불라오 나물 스르보예 난도예 도예 달지도 안스르 스르 몰라 스르 몰라 스르 서바 나물 스르보예 난도예 도예 달지도 스르 스르 몰라 스르 몰라 스르 서바 나물 스르보예 난도예 도예 나지도 스르 스르 몰라 스르 몰라 스르 서바 아예예 난 삼부와 말이라호 아예예 난 삼부와 말이라호 아예예 난 삼부와 말이라호 련 미 生中现。莲台爱的爱是开不愿连成爱也生西方情对着这片莲花为父母怀开千佛无生不退不散为伴侣十方三世一切佛一切菩萨菩萨摩般若波罗蜜。听你佛舍利。 南